There are some specific milestones that you want to hit along the way for your semen retention journey to be able to really lock in and do it get on a long streak. There's specific milestones and like timestamps that you want to hit. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit, guys. If you don't know me, my name's Jason. I'm currently on 275 days on this semen retention streak. I set a challenge late last year to hit 365 days, and I'm like 3 months away from it now. So this is coming from my experience thus far. So we're gonna cover, there's 5 of them from my experience that are important numbers to hit along your journey. So let's start with the first big one. 30 days. 30 days on your semen retention streak. That is a huge milestone. Shout out to any of you that have pulled that off so far. That was a key number for me. And more than anything, guys, it's psychological, knowing that you can go for an entire month without releasing, holding this sexual energy in. And in that 30 days, by the way, if you are pretty depleted with your sexual energy, guys, holding on to that for 30 days, you're gonna feel like a new man. You're gonna feel refreshed, charged up. You're gonna feel confident. You're gonna feel motivated. I was experiencing all of that. You can go watch all my previous videos. I started my first video on this channel on day 26 of this SR streak. So you can go all the way down and watch that one. You'll see where I was at. Day 30, guys. That one is crucial. If you haven't gotten there, you gotta find a way to muscle through. It's like, yes, the idea of hitting a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is good, but there is something about a full month where I did that. Fantastic. And what do they say, guys, when it comes to creating new habits, right? Isn't it? It's somewhere like 3 to 4 weeks to create a new habit. So it's in that window of time. It's like, okay, this is starting to become a habit, a lifestyle practice, but it still isn't there yet. The second milestone that is key, and I stand by this one as arguably being one of the most important, if not the most important, is 90 days. Why? Why would I say that? Well, from my experience, there's a couple of reasons. From my experience, guys, by the time I hit 90 days on semen retention, on this streak, you get to the point where it is built into you. It has rewired your mind and your brain, your personality, your habits in such a way that if you can hit 90 days, guys, I believe you can go for as long as you want on a streak. If you can hit 90 days. But there's another element to this as well. And I've learned this from the reading that I did on the book, The Semen Retention Miracle. If you go to my playlist on this channel, I read through every chapter of that book and highlighted it for all you guys so that you wouldn't have to read it. You can just go watch my videos. So I was going through that chapter. I was learning about the length of time it takes semen to mature, fully mature in the body. And I had heard things in the past too about, oh yeah, if a man and woman want to have a really, really optimally healthy child, the man needs to hold his seed for 90 days to get the most potent, life transfused seed to make that child with. Because, right, as a man, we are giving up, we are pulling that energy, those vitamins, those minerals, that essence from us to put into that child, right? This is why the French call it la petite mort, little death. Every time you ejaculate, it's a little death you're pulling from yourself to put into that. So I'd been learning a lot about that, and got some perspectives. Some guys are like, oh, it's around like 70 days. Some are like, it's around like 80, mid 80 days. Some say it's 90 days. So what I learned from that book is it is right under 90 days. It is like, it's somewhere between like 84, 85 and 90. And I was like, okay, that's really interesting. 90 days for the semen to fully mature. Okay, what's the point of that, Jason? What's the value of that? The value is this, guys. That is the life force, the life energy needed to create fully mature life within you to use to go create a healthy life. That is the optimal number of time. It smells like smoke out here. That's the optimal number of time. And guys, if you think about the power that is in our semen, is in our seed to be able to create a life. If you think about that, you're like, okay, if I can hold that for 90 days till it's fully mature and not release that, it's circulating within me. What does that do? What does that energy do? What kind of impact does that have on my physical health, number one, but also my energetic health, my spiritual health? Because what you're going to find, guys, is this relates to the Hawkins scale of consciousness. The longer that you do semen retention, it naturally starts to raise your vibration, because this sexual energy that you're holding on to, it is high vibration, it is high frequency. This stuff literally has the potential to go create another life, but you're holding on to that and it's circulating. And I'm telling you, something happens when you hit 90 days, and it did for me, where you really start to feel like you are changing. And it's not even just physically, guys. This is really, to me, when it started to focus on, it started to be more about the internal work, the internal changes. And if you can hit 90 days, and if you already have, by the way, you can confirm this for me. Drop in the comments. Did you notice, were you really starting to pay attention to yourself, like internally, once you hit this mark? Because I started to notice so much more peace in my life, and confidence, and just balance, and more joy and appreciation. Just like little things where I started to notice, oh, I feel like I'm becoming a kid again. I feel like I'm getting some of that kid-like wonder back in my life. And that happened around 90 days. And that was also really where it really started to feel like people were reflecting that back to me. Animals were reflecting it back to me. Women, even men around me. Just like, that's where I really started to hold that. So I'm telling you guys, 90 days is arguably, in my opinion, the biggest one to hit. If you can hit that, you hit 90 days, that means you've gone a full round of letting that semen mature within you, and your body is circulating that energy and holding on to that and just using it and fusing it back into your body. You're going to start to notice physical benefits, but also emotional, spiritual, energetic. That's where it gets fun. So that's the second one. The third one, and these next two, guys, you're going to notice they're just 90 days times 2, 90 days times 3. So 180 days and 270 days. By the way, I'm currently on 275 days. So I've just hit the 90 times 3. 180 days, guys. It's like, if, hear me out. There is something cool about hitting 100 days, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as 30 and 90. At that point, guys, if you hit 90, it's like 100 is just par for the course. It's just like, duh, I have this habit built up. I can do this for as long as I want, is what it's starting to feel like. You hit 180 days and you're like, I'm that guy. You know, you're like, I am him. 180 days, y'all. You're like, bro, I'm about to hit 200. I can do this. You just get really, really confident, guys. And again, you made it another full cycle of the 90-day semen maturing process. Does this make sense? So it's like, not only did you hit 90 days once, you did that shit again. And now you're holding on to that energy, that essence, that life force times 2. Think about that. That is like the power up and then another power up. it's kind of like in Mario, you eat the mushroom, you grow big, and that's like your 90-day growth. And then like this next one is like you get the freaking star and you can just run through everything. I don't know, I'm trying to put it in like a visual term, but it's like it's the next level of the power up is what it feels like. And I'm telling you guys, it's these 90-day increments. For some reason, they start to change you internally. They start to help you work through the internal shit that you're holding on to and start to raise your vibration. And what I started to notice around this time was, oh, hey, maybe I should start muscle testing my my Hawkins skill consciousness frequency to see where I'm at. And then I started to realize, holy shit, that is getting higher and higher and higher. And I've tested myself for years for that and like never really saw any progress until this semen retention streak. And now it's like, it's getting absurdly high. It's like, I haven't tested in a few weeks, but it was close to 800. It's probably over 800 now. And before it was like, I was stuck in like the 350s, the 400s, maybe 450 every now and then, but never really broke out of that. Like, okay. And what I've noticed on this, guys, is, yeah, after I started to hit 180, like the internal programming, reprogramming, and processing and healing just became a big focus, an even bigger focus. And now I've got 2 cycles of fully matured life force circulating within me. It's like, what does that do? And then the next level, guys, is to hit 270. So now we've gone 30, we've gone 90, we've gone 180, and now the fourth one, 270. 3 freaking full cycles of semen maturing in your body, which is what I just hit. 275 today. I'm telling you guys, there's something about these 90-day increments where they start to freaking stack. And I'm just finding myself, this practice is getting more and more spiritual and more healing, and just like, when I tell you, it slowly starts to break you out of the matrix and break your mind out of the matrix, and you start seeing life for what it actually is and reality for what it actually is. You start seeing through the veil, so to speak, through the matrix. You get closer with God, and that, I mean, that happens along this whole way anyways, but that's what's been happening for me, guys, is I've started to just kind of wake up to reality. I'm like, life isn't what I thought it was. I'm starting to question the things I've always desired to do in life, to like what's the point of it all? You start to get really introspective. And let me be clear, guys, this isn't necessarily a pleasant or a comfortable place to get to, but it is necessary if you really want to level up to become that version of you that does, achieves, builds, whatever, everything you want in life. Like, you kind of have to face this aspect of just like, okay, there's a lot of deeper truths that you have to wake up to again. And I'm telling you, 3 full mature semen retention cycles of 90 days, 3 of those streaks, man, that shit starts to build and build and build a lot of momentum in you. So yeah, 270 has been a really big one. As I just crossed that, I'm just like, a lot of internal work, a lot of deep healing and releasing. Not that releasing. The last one, guys, is number 5, 365 days. And it's funny because 365 days, you might look at that, but okay, full month, 12 months, or full 12 months, 365 days, full year. It's a psychological thing. And I set that goal for myself late, like last September or something. I don't know what the exact time was, but to hit this, and it felt so impossible. It's like, if you can hit 365 days on a semen retention streak, you can essentially do anything, guys. If you have the willpower to pull that off as a man, to conquer that part of yourself, you can conquer anything else. And that is the thing, is like, okay, if I can do that, all these other things in my life that I'm not satisfied with, that feel hopeless, that feel like unattainable, whatever, it's like, I know that I can conquer that stuff. And I also have a good feeling that if I hit 365 days, most of that stuff will start to take care of itself, and I'll start to show up and become that next version of myself. It's also funny because 90 times 4 is 360. So it also includes another full 90-day cycle within it. 365 days, 360 days, 9 times 4, 36, there you go. So it's another full 90-day cycle. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even think about that initially. I'm like, okay, so it's going to be another level of consciousness upgrade. It's going to be another, like a frequency upgrade, yes, but it's also a huge milestone to know you're like, I'm the guy, I'm that guy. I can do this. I can hold my nuts in for 365 days, y'all. I can aim that energy at anything. I can obtain anything. And I think it was around either the 90 or the 180 day milestone mark, guys, where I started to approach women a little bit differently and have this new perspective of like, oh wait, no, like I'm the gift here. I'm holding the treasure, as Bogdan likes to say. I'm holding the treasure at this point. It's like, yes, there have been opportunities for me to sleep with women along this journey and break the streak or whatever, but I'm approaching it differently. I'm like, I'm holding a gift. You know how it's easy in the relationship as a man to just put the woman on a pedestal because she's hot. She got a fine body, you know? It's like you want to tap that, you want to whatever. It's like, it's easy to do that, but when you start showing up with this level of energy and you start to see your life overall starting to improve and who you're showing up as improve, and you're more willing to take risks and bet on yourself, and you're more excited about life, and you're happier, and like you feel more protected just in general, and you're closer to God, and you feel like your prayers are being answered faster, and all of that stuff starts to happen. You say, wait, is this chick worth 90 days or 180 days of my seed? Because like this hasn't been easy to hold. Like, is she worth giving that up to? Even if you're gonna try to have sex, guys, and not release, there's still an energetic exchange, and you have to ask yourself, oh, is this chick worth giving this energy up to? That's what starts to happen along these milestones. You know, that 30 to 90 days, guys, it's like, it's still like, oh no, I'm just like looking for the right chick and I'm totally gonna break this streak with her. It's like, I've done that stuff in the past, but once you start to break like 90, 180, 270, you're like, okay, I know you're down. This has happened multiple times, guys. There have been a lot of women that it's like, okay, I could break this streak with you, but I don't think it's worth it. And I need you to prove yourself. I need to I think it's called qualifying. Yeah. I need to qualify you. I need to see that you are actually worth doing this, and you're not just another chick out here that's gonna take the seed, run away, take the seed, run away, take the seed, run away, and it's a waste. And then I have some dumb soul tie or energy tie, you know. You start to pre-qualify these women. So you're gonna notice, guys, along these, you hit these markers, you're like, okay, I feel like I'm getting consciousness upgrades. And the thing about consciousness upgrades, if we're talking about like the Hawkins scale of consciousness, is that consciousness kind of decides your reality, yo. What the consciousness you're holding on to, because it decides your perspective and the perspective that you can handle, and the consciousness that, the state of consciousness, the level of consciousness that causes the problems in your life can't be the same level to solve it. You need a higher consciousness because you can hold a higher perspective. And this is why most men who get on long semen retention streaks are going to start to say, oh, my life is getting better. Oh, my life is improving. Why? Because your frequency is rising, your general baseline attitude and perspective and consciousness on life is improving, and thus you are finally open to holding solutions to problems that you've been looking to solve for a long time, and you're finally open to like holding that now. And I've had stuff happen where it's like, dude, I've been working on trying to solve this for how long? And now solutions are just happening and things are unwinding. It's like, oh, the path is unfolding here, and it feels way more effortless than it used to be. And I fully believe that is because my consciousness has improved, because my frequency has improved, because of this life force, this life essence, this life energy that I'm holding on to and circulating into myself, because of that energy. And it makes you wonder, oh, is it called reproductive organs because they're actually designed to reproduce yourself? Oh, and you can also, use them to make a child outside of you, make another life, but they're also there designed to reproduce you, circulate you. And one more thing, guys, that I've learned is, for a long time I would do these mantras, these affirmations of reverse aging. Like, I'm reverse aging, like my body is actually like healing at a pace where it's regressing and it's going backwards into its prime. And this stuff starts internally, because then I realized, I'm like, oh, I haven't been muscle testing my biological age in a really long time, and I used to do that all the time, and it was always right in line with my birthday, like the number of years on the earth in this plane of existence. Like, oh, if it was 27, it was biological age was 27. If it was 28, then it was 28, 29, whatever. And it was somewhere, it was probably close to 100 days or somewhere past that. I'm like, I should really start testing this. And I realized, oh, it dropped a year. My biological age dropped a year. I'm like, this is weird. This can't be right. And I would test it different times throughout the day, different moods, different like moments, just trying to like, and it was consistent. I'm like, is there biases? Testing for biases, testing, muscle testing for all this stuff. I'm like, nope, this is accurate. And then the longer I would go on this streak, it dropped 2 years below, and then 3 years before, 4 years, 5, and now it's down to 6 years below, guys. And it's like, well, inevitably what has to start to happen is the external has to mirror the internal. So whatever is happening internally has to be mirrored by everything, everyone around you in this experience. So it's like, that is fascinating. Let's keep hanging on that. And now when it's like, yeah, I see an opportunity to maybe hook up with a chick and she's fine, or like, what date, go out on a date, whatever. I'm like, oh, what else am I giving up here, guys? La petite mort, little death. It's like, do I want to give up this youthfulness, this feeling like a kid again, this excitement, this health and everything that's building? It's like, I've got some very specific goals to hit. So I'm like, okay, maybe the move is to hit these goals. Now, will those goals automatically get hit after a full year? I do not know. It's different for everybody. It's different for whatever you're working through and where you started and what your history looks like. So I'm gonna assess, okay, when I hit 365 days, let's see where I'm at. Let's see if it seems like I need to keep going longer. I probably will. And by now it's a lifestyle. So even if I do start dating again or looking for the right woman, I just know that I'm gonna be way more focused on pre-qualifying her to find a high value woman, and also learning to be intimate while retaining this seed and circulating the energy, but like holding the physical seed. Just some ideas of where I'm at right now, guys. So there you have it. That was right off the top of the dome. It's just a brain dump. I wasn't really sure what I was going to share here apart from these milestones. So 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, 270 days, 365 days. Let me know if I missed it, if you think there's another time slot in here. But I'm really not focused on anything below 30 days. It's like, there's a lot of shit to work out if you can't make it to 30 days. Like, there's loops and everything to take care of there. Like, obviously, if you can't do semen retention, guys, getting a full week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks is going to feel really good. But I'm telling you, that first 30 days is a big deal. So let me know if you got value out of this. Hopefully you did. Peace, love, abundance. Catch you later.